Some fish can heal your heart after 60, but others can silently destroy it. Older adults are more vulnerable to hidden toxins in common seafood. These 6 fishes might be sabotaging your health without you even knowing it. Have you ever sat down at dinner with a warm plate of fish in front of you, believing you were making a healthy choice? It smells delicious. Maybe it's grilled to perfection with a sprinkle of lemon, just the way you like it. After all, fish is supposed to be good for you, right? Lean protein, full of omega-3s, perfect for the heart and brain, especially as we get older. But what if I told you that not all fish are created equal? What if some of the most popular ones, the ones you grew up believing were healthy, are now working against you? Slowly, quietly, and dangerously. Today, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to empower you. Because knowledge is protection, especially after 60. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 types of fish that older adults should never eat. This isn't guesswork. This is based on solid science, real patient stories, and insights from nutritionists who've been sounding the alarm quietly for years. Some of these fish might be sitting in your fridge right now. Others are being served at your favorite restaurant this week. And one of them, number 4, might just shock you the most. Section 1. King Mackerel, the silent threat in disguise. Let's begin with a fish that many people still believe is a heart-healthy staple, king mackerel. Maybe it's something your grandfather grills every Sunday. It's thick, flavorful, and he swears it's good for the heart and brain. And honestly, it used to be recommended. Fish can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. But here's the hard truth. Not all fish are safe as we get older, especially not king mackerel. You see, king mackerel carries some of the highest levels of mercury of any fish found in grocery stores today. Mercury is a heavy metal, and while younger bodies can flush some of it out, older adults aren't so lucky. As we age, our kidneys and liver work a little slower. Our ability to clear toxins drops. That means mercury builds up quietly, without symptoms at first. But then, you or someone you love starts to forget things. Names, appointments, small everyday details. Hands begin to tremble while lifting a cup of coffee. You might brush it off as normal aging, but in some cases, it's not age, it's accumulation. And it's preventable. What makes mercury so dangerous is its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, a protective shield for your brain. When this toxic metal builds up in the brain, it disrupts nerve signals, reduces oxygen delivery, and creates chronic inflammation. That's not just forgetfulness. It's a biological breakdown in communication between brain cells. Too much mercury in older adults has been linked to nerve damage, tremors, memory loss, balance issues, and even heart strain. And most people don't even realize it's happening. Worse, king mackerel is often confused with Atlantic mackerel. The names sound similar, but they are very different. Atlantic mackerel is safer, lower in mercury, and full of nutrients. King mackerel, on the other hand, is a health hazard in disguise. You might think, but I only eat it once in a while. That's the trap. Mercury doesn't leave your system quickly. It lingers. And the effects are cumulative. A little exposure here and there adds up over time, especially in bodies that are already more vulnerable. So what should you do? Replace king mackerel with safer, smarter options. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, or herring are excellent choices. They're rich in omega-3s, low in mercury, and proven to support brain and heart health, 2 things we all need more of as we age. And don't just think about yourself. If you're a caregiver or cook for someone over 60, your choices matter. You're not just serving a meal, you're shaping someone's future health. Because at this stage in life, eating isn't just about taste. It's about protection. It's about making sure every bite supports your future, not quietly breaks it down. Section 2. Tilefish, the hidden danger on the menu. Now, let's talk about a fish that might have found its way onto your plate without you ever realizing it. Tilefish. You may have never heard the name, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. Tilefish is often quietly slipped into restaurant dishes under broad labels like white fish or catch of the day. You sit down at a nice dinner, maybe celebrating a birthday or anniversary, and you see a beautifully grilled white fish on the menu with lemon butter sauce. It sounds safe, light, and healthy. But what you're actually eating could be one of the most mercury-contaminated fish in the ocean, especially if it's tilefish caught in the Gulf of Mexico. Tilefish doesn't just contain mercury, it ranks among the highest of all fish, even surpassing king mackerel in some cases. And when you're over 60, that should raise an alarm. You see, mercury doesn't just sit in the body, it travels. It embeds itself in fatty tissues and interferes with essential functions, especially in the brain and nervous system. That leads to forgetfulness, dizziness, mood swings, sleep disruption, even signs that mimic early dementia. What makes this worse is how tilefish often hides behind fancy restaurant names. You might pay extra for it, thinking it's a premium option. But expensive doesn't mean healthy. And in this case, it's quite the opposite. Here's another layer of concern. Most people don't ask questions at restaurants. But as we age, asking questions becomes essential. If a menu says white fish, ask what kind it is. If it's tilefish, politely say no. You have every right to protect your health. Instead, opt for cod or haddock. They're both mild in flavor, easy to digest, and very low in mercury. These fish won't just please your palate, they'll preserve your clarity, protect your balance, and support your long-term brain health. We all want to enjoy good food, especially as we get older. But now, enjoyment must come with intention, because every meal matters a little more when your body needs just a bit more care. Section 3. Swordfish, the elegant threat. Swordfish is one of those fish that carries a sense of luxury. You don't eat it every day. Maybe it's something you order on a cruise, at a wedding dinner, or a special evening out. It's meaty, it's grilled perfectly, and it makes you feel like you're treating yourself. But underneath that elegant presentation lies a hidden threat. Swordfish is one of the longest living and largest predatory fish in the ocean. That means it spends years absorbing mercury and other toxins from everything it eats. By the time it reaches your plate, it's often loaded with mercury, far beyond what's considered safe for older adults. And here's what many people don't realize. Cooking doesn't reduce mercury. You can grill it, bake it, sear it with herbs and lemon, it won't matter. The mercury stays locked in the flesh. For an aging body, mercury exposure isn't just a number. It's something you may start to feel every day. More confusion, trouble focusing, muscle weakness, shaky hands, even subtle changes in your mood or energy that you can't quite explain. If you already have blood pressure concerns, kidney stress, or memory issues, swordfish might quietly make things worse. The sad part is that swordfish continues to be offered as a special or premium item at restaurants. It's easy to assume that because it's expensive, it must be healthy. But in this case, the exact opposite is true. Instead of swordfish, try rainbow trout or pollock. Both have a firm texture and mild flavor, but without the toxic load. They're rich in protein, high in omega-3s, and easy on your digestion. These are the types of swaps that don't feel like sacrifices, they feel like upgrades. At this point in life, food needs to serve a deeper purpose. It should nourish you, protect you, and give your body every chance to thrive, not quietly chip away at your health behind the scenes. So the next time swordfish shows up on a menu, pause for a second. Remember that real elegance is making a choice that respects your body and keeps you strong. Section 4. Bigeye Tuna, the raw risk. Most people miss. Now we come to a fish that's made its way into modern dining culture in a big way. Bigeye Tuna, also known as ahi tuna. It's sleek. It's rich. It looks beautiful in sushi, poke bowls, and seared appetizers at upscale restaurants. And let's be honest, it feels healthy. It feels light and fresh. You might even think of it as a younger food that helps you stay vibrant. But Bigeye tuna hides a double danger for older adults. High mercury levels and bacterial contamination, especially when eaten raw. Bigeye tuna, like swordfish, is a large, long-living predator. It sits high in the food chain, feeding on smaller fish for years. That means its tissues soak up mercury over time. But unlike swordfish, Bigeye tuna is often eaten raw. That adds a second risk exposure to bacteria like Salmonella and Listeria. When you're in your 30s or 40s, your immune system might handle the occasional exposure. But after 60, things change. The immune system slows down. The gut becomes more sensitive. What once caused a mild upset can now lead to serious illness, long recovery, or even hospitalization. And there's another problem: confusion. Many people think all tuna is the same. They don't realize that bigeye and albacore are much higher in mercury than skipjack, the kind used in most canned light tuna. Here's what you can do. If you enjoy tuna, switch to canned light tuna and limit it to 2 servings per week. Choose cooked over raw, and read the labels carefully. If it says bigeye or ahi, think twice, especially if you already deal with chronic illness or low immunity. It's not about fear, it's about wisdom. This is how we continue to enjoy the foods we love safely and smartly. Because life after 60 isn't about restriction. It's about mindful protection and celebrating the years ahead with confidence. Section 5. Farmed salmon. When healthy isn't so healthy. Salmon is often the poster child of a healthy diet. Doctors recommend it. Nutritionists praise it. And for good reason. Wild-caught salmon is rich in omega-3s, low in saturated fat, and supports everything from heart health to brain function. But not all salmon is created equal, and that's where the danger begins. Farmed salmon, particularly from countries with loose regulations like Chile or parts of Southeast Asia, comes from crowded underwater pens. Thousands of fish are crammed together in unnatural conditions. They swim in stagnant waters, fed with processed pellets often made from soy, grains, or low-quality fish meal. To keep disease from spreading, farmers pump these fish with antibiotics. In some cases, they even add synthetic colorants to the food just to make the fish flesh appear pink. Otherwise, it would be gray and unappealing. Worse yet, these farmed fish feed can be contaminated with industrial chemicals like PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, and dioxins. These toxins have been linked to cancer, hormone imbalance, and immune system suppression. For older adults, whose bodies are more sensitive to inflammation and immune dysfunction, this isn't just a concern. It's a red flag. Chronic exposure to these toxins can make arthritis flare up more often, slow healing from minor illness, and put long-term stress on organs already working harder with age. Even if you only eat farmed salmon once or twice a week, the effects can quietly build up. So what should you do? Look for wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's leaner, cleaner, and free from artificial additives. It may cost a little more, but the health benefits are real. You're investing not just in a meal, but in a longer, clearer, and stronger life. Because after 60, you're not just eating for today. You're feeding your future. Section 6. Imported catfish, the comfort food that carries risk. Now we come to a fish that holds a special place in many families: catfish. It's a comfort food, a southern staple. Maybe you remember it from Sunday dinners, backyard fish fries, or the smell of your dad frying it in a cast-iron skillet. It's a dish tied to memory and warmth. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not all catfish are safe. Catfish imported from parts of Asia, especially Vietnam and China, are often raised in unregulated and overcrowded fish farms. These environments use low-quality feed, contaminated water, and a range of antibiotics and chemicals that are banned in the U.S. Why is that a big deal? Because those same antibiotics have been linked to drug-resistant bacteria, the kind your body may not be able to fight off. For seniors, this isn't a mild risk. It's a serious threat. A bacterial infection from improperly farmed catfish can escalate quickly and lead to complications that younger bodies might bounce back from, but older bodies may not. Many people choose imported catfish because it's cheaper, easier to find, and sold in bulk. But what's saved at the checkout counter could cost far more in hospital bills, medications, and time spent recovering from preventable illness. So, what's the smarter choice? Stick with U.S. farm-raised catfish. American regulations are much stricter. Water quality is monitored. Feed is regulated. Antibiotics are limited and controlled. And no matter where it's from, make sure it's fully cooked. Well-cooked catfish reduces bacterial risk and is easier on slower digestive systems. Comfort food should bring you comfort, not danger. At this stage in life, honoring tradition doesn't mean ignoring your health. It means updating old habits with love and care so they can continue safely. Final recap. The 6 fish older adults should avoid. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on what we've learned. There are 6 fish that older adults should be cautious about, each with its own set of hidden risks. 1. King mackerel, high in mercury, silently harming memory, nerves, and heart. 2. Tilefish, often mislabeled in restaurants, one of the most toxic fish for seniors. 3. Swordfish, looks luxurious, but carries years of mercury in every bite. 4. Bigeye Tuna, ahi, popular in sushi, combining mercury exposure with raw bacteria risk. 5. Farmed salmon, raised in polluted, chemical-filled environments that inflame and harm. 6. Imported catfish, comfort food often raised in unsafe conditions with banned drugs. Each of these may look safe. They may smell delicious. They may even be familiar from your childhood. But now you know what they can do behind the scenes, how they can chip away at your energy, clarity, immunity, and independence. And when you're over 60, those things matter more than ever. You don't have to give up seafood. You don't have to give up joy. You just have to make smarter swaps. Choose wild-caught instead of farmed. Choose low mercury instead of high risk. Choose what keeps you strong, one meal, one plate, one choice at a time. Emotional close. what this really means for you or someone you love. Behind every food choice is a deeper truth. Maybe it's your mother choosing salmon because she's trying to eat better. Maybe it's your grandfather reaching for the same fried fish he's loved for 40 years. They're not doing anything wrong. They're doing what they've always done. But now, you know something more. You know that the fish we eat can either support our health or quietly sabotage it. You've seen the science. You understand the risks. And that gives you the power to help those you love make better choices. Because caring for yourself or someone you love after 60 isn't about giving things up. It's about making intentional swaps that preserve quality of life. It's about choosing foods that help your heart stay strong, your memory stay sharp, and your body feel better every single day. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It starts with a simple question at the seafood counter. A quiet decision to try something safer. A shared meal that brings not just joy but confidence in the future. You still have control. Your health is still within reach. Every plate is a new opportunity. Choose wild caught. Choose low mercury. Choose what honors your body's needs. Because at this stage of life, protection is power, and knowledge is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and the people you love. If this helped you, leave a comment with "I'm here" to let me know. Like and share this with someone you care about over 60. Subscribe to Advice for Life 50 Plus for weekly advice on health, aging, and living well. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay informed, and take good care.